go. Dun, 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 dun. Live screen. Hey, all right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Griffcast episode 6. Tonight, once again, we've got TCP, the Caramel Prince, Solips Fanaron, and Wild.
We live, baby.
Gosh, I hope your guys' week has been a lot more interesting than mine. I just work. Work.
Just mine hadn't been too different.
That
hasn't been too bad. It's been...
that first of the month grind.
The only thing that I've been really dealing with is after the we had that electrical storm. We have a number of switches that got damaged in the process. So even though I'm getting like 980 download speed, I'm still getting packet loss. Because so when the switch went down, it's pretty much taking a number of customers and diverting it to one switch. So taking it down from a 4-lane highway down to a 2-lane highway. So, yeah. But from what I've been told is that potentially the new upgrade will have new speeds that you'll be able to achieve. And we're coming out with new packages, and one of our packages is a 10 gig download speed.
What?
So,
how are they doing that?
They have the means, and he pretty much, the network engineer showed me the one that they're switching it to, and it's pretty pricey. Let me tell you that. But
I mean, how are they running it? Because you can't get 10 gigs on a coaxial.
Everything that's on our network is all fiber.
Oh hell!
Everything on our network is all fiber.
Always missing that fiber, bud.
You know what? You want to move down here? I mean, you're definitely. We got a couple places that are open. I mean, you won't come through.
I mean, I'm about to be a millionaire, so.
Oh yeah? What are you doing? About to be Oprah rich?
You get 10 gigs. You get 10 gigs. We all get 10 gigs.
That'd be the best. That's all I want.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
Just show up. Just pull up with a cable truck to or an internet truck to your front door. I just got you some internet.
Just start handing out fiber. Start handing it out.
Yep.
Oh, that'd be the day. Okay, I gotta turn off this stupid phone, or it's gonna. All right. Yeah. Besides that, though, Outriders. I'm having an absolute blast, but we got to talk about it.
Wait, how are you playing it? You said you've been working. Just been working all week.
I haven't been sleeping.
Sorry, I'm just giving you shit, man.
I've got like 20 hours of sleep in the last 3 weeks.
Time when you can.
Yeah. I mean, and to be completely honest, like I've only got one max level character. Typically by now I'd have all 4.
See, this is my thing, man. We might touch on it a little bit later, but like, sorry, I'm not focusing. I didn't expect you all to let me start rambling again. See the games like Outriders.
Hear what you had to say.
Games like Outriders and Destiny and these looter shooters, man. You get to max rank so quickly, even though
technically, like this one, it takes some grind. It takes some grind to get there.
It does take a while. I've been playing Outriders a lot too, and I'm like halfway through 29. I'm halfway getting to 30. But
that's not even.
It requires a lot of XP for that one.
And it's
a lot of XP.
That's not even the end of it. Then you got to hit World Tier 15, and then you got to hit Expedition Tier 15.
Right.
You know,
World Tier 13. So the only reason I haven't progressed as fast as other games is because I don't play this game by myself. I was playing it by myself until I got to like World Tier 8, and then now I just stopped playing it by myself. So I've only played it like I bring you in to to come and poop on all my ads so that I can come through. I get Crywolf in there too.
Yeah.
Crywolf, he helps me out a little bit.
Yeah, Dak, we'll have to get together at some point.
So wait a minute.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. CP, you play it. Griff,
Yeah.
you play it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm about to go and buy this mother sucker right now.
You ain't
Oh,
gotta
hold
buy
on.
it.
I didn't buy
You
it.
ain't gotta buy it.
I didn't buy it. That's also my other excuse. That's also my other excuse.
Yeah.
It took it like 3 days to get to me. I didn't
Yeah,
buy it.
wild.
I'm not buying it.
Wild, it's on Game Pass. You ain't gotta buy it.
What? Nani?
Oh yeah, if you have Xbox Game Pass.
Oh, but that's the thing. Is it transferable over to PC?
No, so it's not on PC.
It's not on PC.
only-
It's on console on
PC.
Game Pass. It's on console, but it's crossplay.
but I don't think it's cross save.
I don't know if it's cross save. I haven't booted up my Xbox and tried it yet. But it is cross play. Like I could just like send you a code and you could just jump my game.
It might be cross save. I feel like they're getting to the point where they're kind of doing that stuff. Because I mean,
Wow.
you have to log into an account to play this game, right?
Yeah, you have to log into your SquareSoft account.
Yeah.
So-
it might be.
You know
cross
what? Let's test it. Let's test it.
You gonna test
Yeah.
it right now?
I'm gonna test it right
No,
now.
I'm
You're
literally.
testing it,
Test it right now.
I got it booted and tooted. It's time to do it.
Yeah, man. So that's kind of what got me mad. I'm like, y'all gonna bring it to the Xbox Game Pass consoles, but not to PC.
Yeah, that's
Also,
kind of
we play on
crazy
PC.
though.
So
Because especially now that I have the PC built and it's running beautifully. Shout out to CP for the graphics card. But like this thing, like
Yeah.
I kid you not, it's like now I see why people that
Don't
go
play
from
console.
console to PC don't go back.
don't go
Yeah.
back. It's
I
hard.
mean, for most people, it's the thing that turns them off of getting into PC gaming is the initial price point.
the price point, it hurts.
Like
Hurts so
if
much.
you don't have the
Liquid funds.
yeah. Oh, son of a.
You know, for me personally, it's not even so much the cost of it. It's just the fact that I got to constantly update everything manually. Whereas a console, I mean, I'll be honest, it makes it easy. It makes it a console is for the lazy man, or the lazy gamer, I would say. And I'm unfortunately a lazy gamer, so it works for me.
I mean, yeah.
I
But, I mean,
I don't know.
Depending on what you stuff. So like, I mean, my first PC build,
Yeah.
I went stupid hard. I mean, like, unbelievably hard. So I shouldn't have to upgrade anything for several years. I mean, I got like the top tier of everything. So I shouldn't have to upgrade for a couple years. So that's fine. And then I'll just be able to upgrade, things piece by piece, here and there.
Oh yeah.
And then after a while, then I've built a new PC, and now I have all these extra parts, and now I can build a second PC for no reason with all the spare parts I have, unless I sell them all.
Or you can give me some of those parts, or we can transfer some of those parts to me. What?
So, I think another thing that turns people off to PC gaming is finding the stuff that's compatible, because you can't just be like, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, and then expect it to work.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to find stuff that that works together. Like
Yeah,
you have to get the
and
right
computer
motherboard for your
illiterate.
CPU. And
Yeah,
ahead.
computer illiterate people like myself just are lost on that.
And then you have like the option to buy pre-built, but then pre-builts are always dirty expensive.
Yeah, I honestly with
They really are.
pre-built, I feel like the
And they always
quality of how much you pay for is like the level is so like different. Your
Mhm.
product is here, but then how much you pay for it's like way up here when you could initially take that price or how much you're paying and build one and it'd be on the same playing field.
Yep. So a buddy of mine, I don't know how he found it, and I don't know how he robbed this company, but is it NZXT? He bought a pre-built NZXT. He doesn't have it yet, so I think they're still like struggling to get parts too and assemble it for him. But like, I mean, he's already paid for it, and he's doing the Affirm financing. That I lost that word for a second.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
doing
yeah.
the Affirm financing, so he's not paying that much. He's like, he told me the end price and everything, and I even looked it up, and I was like, damn, dude, you got all that for this much? So he's got a 3090 in it. He's got an i9 10,000. I forget which exactly i9 10,000, but i9. It's got a four terabyte hard drive. It's not a solid state, so that was the only thing that I kind of questioned.
Oh, the mechanical.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's an actual spinning hard drive, but it's a 4 terabyte. So I mean, it's got a lot of space, and then it's got a 500 gig SSD for the operating system. No, it's a 1 terabyte for the operating system, and then 32 RAM, so on and so forth. And I was looking, I was going through the specs. I'm like, damn, that's nice. You got it for like 3,400. I'm like, damn, you robbed the fuck out of them to get all that.
Actually, I think NZXT is probably one of the only companies that don't overcharge you.
Yeah, they basically
they actually give it to you as if you were building it yourself.
Yeah, they charge like an extra $100 over what you would pay for piecing it out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're the only company that's like that, and I love that about NZXT.
I mean, if you guys hear this, holler at your boy. Good luck. I see y'all looking out. I don't have any of your products yet, but if you're trying to help.
I mean, if you're looking for, a Vidcast to sponsor.
Trying to get some product placement.
I mean, I'm with it. I mean, I'll drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, and Outriders, I'm having an absolute blast. There have been some issues. There were. Well, actually, there's a little bonus topic we're going to talk about later on. There's some review bombing going on because they had server issues on day one. And I'm just like, what online game doesn't have server issues on day one?
Right, that's lame and petty. That's petty. I mean,
yeah. I'm
sitting there for 20 minutes. I had to turn the, close the app and then restart it, close it, restart it, trying to hoping to sign in. But I mean, yeah, I'm frustrated, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, the game's trash. I hate it. Even though I do think the game is not that great.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's probably a lot of the younger generation too, who are not used to these things like we are.
Yeah, they need instant gratification.
Well, yeah, that's how a lot of them are. It seems to be, but I mean, I don't think that's completely all that it is, but I feel like there's a good portion of it, and plus, just other people got nothing better to do.
I wish I had that kind of time.
In the game, might as well complain about it, right?
I want that kind of time to be able to complain about games. But they had some server issues. There's a bug going around now that it'll wipe your inventory.
Gary, you don't want to do that.
If that I don't know anybody that has personally had that bug. I know about 25 people that are playing, and none of them have had that bug.
I'm gonna be that one. I can't. Yo, Griff, you already know how my luck is. I will end up. I mean, let's talk about. Look, first build a computer. The first day I played Warzone, I got a dev error. The first game. So, my luck is definitely. It's not as good at times.
Yeah. Then they had another bug that would constantly crash the game if you were playing cross-play with PC. They fixed that this morning. That was in their patch this morning. And another thing that's really kind of irking to people is they've already gone through and nerfed some abilities. And it's like...
Did they?
Yeah, they did.
Was it for the Pyromancer? I'm a Pyromancer, so...
It was for everybody but the Devastator. All the bullet builds.
I did feel like I was killing dudes a lot slower. I did feel like it was taking me a little bit longer. Once I fine-tuned the build, and yeah, man, I was all about that bullet damage. I was like, yeah, just give me some bullet damage. I'll sit back behind cover and I'll just rip you to pieces real quick.
Yeah. They didn't nerf the damage on it, because they actually came out and they're like, the ability to have infinite ammo on those abilities was totally planned. They were like, we're going to set it up so if you play right, you can have infinite, was it the fire rounds or twisted rounds or caustic rounds, those for each of the classes. You totally can do that. But what they did is we're going to punish you more for misplaying. because the cooldown originally was like 16 seconds and they upped it to like 25, 30 seconds.
Ew.
So, and if anybody who's played the game knows that 3 seconds
It's a long time.
is a long time in that game.
It's a long time in that game.
Like,
That was a long time in any game.
Yeah, I was about to say in any game. I mean, the number of times that I played World of Warcraft and things that are on cooldown for anything long, I'm like spamming the button, like, come on.
You're sitting there, you can
Hell.
sit there watching the emblem like tick around, and you're just like, come on. I know it's like 1 second. This is the longest second of my life.
yeah,
Yeah,
Sometimes a millisecond is too long.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because, you know, especially on like PC is really bad for this. Like, if you're spamming the button and you have to wait for that global cooldown and you just mistime that last little button, you have to wait for the global cooldown. So it's another half second.
God, see,
Yeah. So, I mean, but yeah, in this game, like, timing is everything. Like, it gets, especially when you're in the higher world tiers and you don't have the gear for it, a couple of seconds will shred you if you can't, you know, put out the damage.
In the higher world tiers, and I think this is like the only problem that I really have with the game. I mean, like, and it's probably like why I don't like play by myself, because like when the higher world tiers, like it gets rough, man. Like even like when I was playing on like 5 or 6, it just makes me so mad that like as soon as you enter an encounter, like it just felt like every enemy was 4 feet from me and just relentlessly shooting me. And I can't retreat because like, they're like, oh, don't lead them back to your enemies, or there's no cover all the way back there, so I can only fall back so far. And then like the captain comes in, and, you know, captains are supposed to be, you know, pretty high level enemies. You're not going to kill them, you know, in a couple of shots.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to take you like, you know, 4 or 5 magazines, and they're just like instantly just up in my face, and they just bum rush you because they know you can't kill them that quickly, so they don't care. So they don't try to find cover, they don't try to do anything, they don't try to hide or play tactically. They're just like, I'm running straight for you, and that's the only thing I'm going to do.
See,
and once I get in your face, I'm just going to shoot the shit out of you.
I don't have
And
that same issue because my playstyle with the build I have, I put myself in those situations. I get as many things grouped together as I possibly can.
Yeah.
And I have myself set up that I have a good health recovery and all that. And you know what? Something that actually I've noticed is everybody who has that issue are pyromancers.
Pyromancers are glass cannons. Yep. I know that I am a glass cannon.
Yeah,
I
like
can deal out a lot of damage, but I still can't deal out enough damage to deter that captain from bum rushing me.
right. The best thing I could say there is just get better gear, and that's what it's all about. Is get better gear. Because I'm at a point now that just if I go out in the world on World Tier 15, it's nothing.
Must be nice.
It kind of is.
I mean, I realized like once you start playing if you're playing with more people, like when you're playing solo, especially in the higher tiers, it's not fun. It's not fun. And it's not great. But as soon as I added like another person like you or Crywolf or just a rando, it splits the aggro, and I think they play a little bit more tactically. They don't just rush in.
Yeah.
When there's more people, they do play a little bit more tactically.
One thing I wish they would implement though is the level adjustments per player. So that way, with me, you know, if I bring my max level character over to help you, I get something out of it.
Right.
Like, I have helped. The biggest reason I don't have more than one character capped is I have helped at least 7 to 8 people through their campaign. And like I'm sitting here trying,
my guy.
like
You're about to have one more when Wild starts booting up.
I'll start a new character if I catch him on the fresh. I'll start a new character.
Okay, Mark, go ahead and pop that fresh now, my guy, because I'm already. It's already loading up right now.
I'm still waiting. Like I'm waiting for the download to kick in here. Where's it at? Why are you queued? Don't be updating Doom. Why are you updating Doom?
Doom. Not around here, my guy. I do love Doom, though. Don't get me wrong.
Doom's a great game.
It really
The
is.
new one?
Doom is,
Had a lot of fun with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the movement was a little complicated, but still great.
The funny part is the first time I played it was on remote Game Pass, And so like my latency was just a little off, and so like some of the enemies when they run at you, I wasn't able to counter them properly. But all right,
20
yeah, there we go.
minutes. 20 minutes.
20 minutes. I got
This thing is downloading. This thing is downloading at 500 Mbps.
Big B or little B? Big B or little B?
Big B, all Big B.
I'm at 120 little bees.
Well, I mean, the main reason being why mine is so up right now is because I told him, I was just like, this packet loss is for the birds, and I talked to my boss, and he was just like, just upgrade it even further. Oh, don't tell me that twice, please. Go ahead.
You want me to do what now? All right.
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
twist my arm.
So,
Twist my arm.
you know, right? So right now we're at the gig. We're at the gig, so it's beautiful. Oh, it's so beautiful.
Tear. All right, let's jump into this next one because I have opinions and they're not popular. Last of Us is getting a remake for the PS5. Why? Why is this game getting a remake?
Don't know why.
I mean,
the last couple ones were good.
I hate it.
They're great games, but why? I mean, all right, they already made a remake essentially for the PS4. I don't see, one, how much better they could possibly make it look or play, and two, I mean, just like Griff said, why? I mean, it doesn't need to be. Just give us the same version we already got. Just let us play it on the PS5.
It's a
Doesn't need to be any more
4-year-old game.
complicated than that.
It's a 4-year-old game. Or 5-year-old game.
Technically, it's older than that.
It's older than that.
It came out like the last month of the PS3.
Yeah, which was 7 years ago.
Okay, it's a 7-year-old game. Why is it getting a remake? Okay, first of all, why is it getting a remake? It's a 7-year-old game. 2, it's a shit game.
I'm gonna.
I knew it was coming.
I will find you. I will.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Okay.
I'm about to do some dark web shit. I'm gonna get your address, and I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there.
Somebody's about to get DDoSed.
There's no way you just said that. You're talking about the original Last of Us on the PS.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Story was lame. Setting was lame.
No one gives a shit about you anyway. No one.
Okay, so like, I get it. People like it.
Well,
like
was it the stealth? Was it the stealth that got you?
No, it was
Lack
just
of
the story. The story was boring.
Really?
You thought the story was boring?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna give you this. Okay, I'm gonna give you this. I hate zombie apocalypse games. I think it's overplayed. It's overdone. It's oversaturated.
You're not wrong.
I'll give you that.
I'll give you that.
So,
Yeah.
trying to get into this game because like I tried getting into this game. Like I played the first one. I didn't like it. Like the controls were clunky for the time. Some people loved it. I wasn't one of them. But the story was overplayed, and I got more drama out of the first 2 episodes of The Walking Dead, which I also didn't like. So, I mean,
You used to have something against zombies, don't you? It's just all zombies.
just zombies in general. No, I know because like one of my favorite games in the last 20 years is a zombie game, but you are the zombie.
What game is this?
Stubbs the zombie.
Stubbs.
Yeah.
Which one?
Stubbs.
Stubbs?
Stubbs.
Dubs.
Stubbs.
Stubbs?
STUBS.
Dubs? Oh.
Stubbs.
Yeah. It was a 360 game. Yeah. You are the zombie. It's set in like 1950s. What the 1950s thought the future was going to look at like. It's set in there. You are the zombie, and you make the hordes. That's how you beat these levels. How big of a horde can you make?
Okay. That sounds kind of fun. I'll look into it. Is it on Game Pass? It's not on Game Pass.
Not yet. They're remaking it.
Oh, but this is a remake you're good with because it's your favorite game. It's all about what Griff wants. It's all about what Griff wants, not what the world wants. Griff wants a remake to this game that no one's ever heard of. I haven't heard of. I don't know how many. Stubbs, Stubs.
Yep.
Who names the game Stubbs?
You gotta check it out.
See once you look into the game.
So
Yeah,
no, like
because if you die in the game, you'll stub your toe in the process of raging.
I mean, my mind went to like nubs, to like the zombies are just running around with nubs. Just, I'm gonna nub you to death.
like
Well, it's funny that game. You can literally like pull your body parts off and like do stuff with them. Like you
Yeah.
can pull your hand off and control it and like run around just with your hand. You can jump on somebody's head and then take control of them. And then it's a goofy game. It's
It is.
kind of like
That
kind of
is
like that
insane.
game, Destroy All Humans, a little bit, but different.
Yeah.
Instead of an alien, you're a zombie, and it's kind of like that a little bit.
yeah, like it. Yeah, I don't. It was fun. Like it was one of those games I played once. I beat it. I went back. I got about halfway through. And was like, okay, I'm kind of done. But that's like the only zombie game in the last like 15 years that I've really enjoyed.
Okay.
I know Last of Us isn't technically zombies. They're mushroom people.
Infected. I mean,
Yeah.
they're infected.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and what's zombieism and infection?
Yeah.
They're people that
They try to do their best to redefine it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, I still define it as a zombie game.
yeah. I mean, like even movie wise, I think, in my opinion, the last good zombie movie was I Am Legend.
Such a good movie.
I mean, really was.
So great.
But I mean, I get it. I mean,
It doesn't. You're right. I mean, it doesn't need a remake.
like
But I mean,
a remaster, sure. I mean, I get it. It was in like their tops. Was it top 10 PlayStation exclusives?
Yeah.
it's
It
number
seems
one.
like a
No, it's
seems
not
like a
number
waste
one.
of money and resources, though.
I still think Last of Us is the number one exclusive that Sony's
It's
ever had.
okay. It depends on which
I
version.
don't know.
Because the remake for the
Spider-Man's
PS,
pretty
the
good.
remake for, I think it's tied with Spider-Man.
It might be tied.
No.
I don't know, but like, I mean, you look at like all the awards that The Last of Us won. I'm talking about the original one. The Last of Us won.
But
It-
really,
it-
though, I mean,
you
are
know,
you really going to say that?
dominated.
Because it went against. What was that game it went against? Okay, I'm confusing 1 and 2. 2 went against
You're-
2 went against God of War and Ghost of Tsushima.
No, and it went against Ghost of Tsushima, but it didn't go against God of War. God of War was 2 years ago. It was
Okay.
2018, and Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us 2 are 2020 games.
Okay.
There's a 2-year gap.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't think 2 should have beat Ghost of Tsushima in any department. I mean, visuals, gameplay.
Toshima was I really did like that one.
I mean, they are great games, and I'm having a hard time
Yeah, I mean,
trying to argue that The Last of Us should have won. I'm just gonna leave it at that. The Last of Us 2 should have won. I'm not saying that Ghost of Tsushima was like. I mean, they were like neck and neck for me. Like even still, like.
okay, I'll tell you this.
I said it many times. That I was having so much fun playing Ghost of Tsushima that I completely forgot that The Last of Us 2 came out 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
I waited like 7 years for The Last of Us 2, and then Ghost of Tsushima came out, and I was just like, it's like the meme with Woody. I'm like, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
Just immediately dropped Last of Us 2. But I still think Last of Us 2 was. I mean, you just look at it as like an all-around game. All-around game. I mean, but still, Ghost of Tsushima was a great all-around game.
Yeah.
I mean,
But yeah, I'm a little, like I said, I'm a little biased or against The Last of Us because it falls underneath the category that I just think is overplayed. I think like the last Resident Evil I tried was 4. So, I can't even talk about Resident Evil. But I could totally see you getting a remaster for the PS5, but a full remake.
But they can't. So they can't really do another remaster because they've already remastered it. They remastered it for the PS4.
I mean,
All I'm saying is just like you can take that remaster for the PS4 version and do what other games have done and give it a PS5 update. But I think also what they're trying to do is what we're going to touch into later is milking games.
yeah.
They're trying to re-release it.
Okay,
Full price, get some more cash flow.
I'll bring this up on the Ghost of Tsushima versus The Last of Us 2. Ghost of Tsushima sold 8 million copies. Last of Us 2 sold 2 million.
I think that does not. I'm gonna circle back to you on that. I'm gonna circle back.
So for exclusives, I do believe Last of Us is in the top 2. The first one for their all-time selling games. God of War, I believe, sold 12 million copies.
But God of War is. I went through a whole time frame where I literally bought every last single God of War, and I absolutely, I can honestly say that that was a main reason why I even owned the PlayStation.
Yeah,
was literally for God of War.
Yep.
I had like the base PS4 for a long time, and I know like the pros came out like for like 3 years. They've been out for like 3 years, but as soon as they announced God of War 4, I was just like, it's PS Pro time.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got a PS4 Pro. I got a 4K TV. I was like, it's time.
Yeah.
I'm doing this game to the max.
See, I was getting to the point that I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of done with consoles. I'm gonna, stop buying consoles. I'm just gonna work on upgrading my PC as the time goes on, and just be a PC main. And then Sony's like, or Square Enix is like, hey, Final Fantasy VII Remake. And I'm like, I'm getting a PlayStation. So, and then 5 years later, after I've done played all the exclusives and Destiny exclusively on the PlayStation. Now I'm a console guy again. I forgot how to use keyboard and mouse in my freaking shooters.
I'll forever be a controller guy.
Yeah.
Same. I mean, I think it's too late in the game. I'm too old.
The only time that I will ever touch a mouse and keyboard whenever it deals with a first-person shooter is for Counter-Strike. Like, I grew up on Counter-Strike mouse and keyboard, but everything else has got to be controller.
Yeah. See, for me,
I've never been a mouse and keyboard guy specifically, but you guys think it's easier to use mouse and keyboard over controller?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
It just depends.
It depends
it really depends.
It depends on what you're doing and your flexibility in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Flexibility is important. I think just even in it's still is like as much as I spend typing on a keyboard, all day, 8 hours a day for work, and then browsing the internet and then sometimes playing games. But like I said, I use controller. Dude, sometimes when you're in the heat of the moment and you're playing a game, trying to figure out where the buttons are on the keyboard is the most taxing thing. Because I'm gonna be playing the game and I'm just like shit, and then shit, and then I'm dead.
Controllers are very user friendly.
They are.
I mean, yeah. But if you've mastered mouse and keyboard, there's probably no competition.
Yeah, there's two things I will not use a controller for, and that is MMOs. I tried using a controller. Everyone's all like, "You got to use a controller for Final Fantasy 14." Couldn't do it. It's like mouse and keyboard. It is. World of Warcraft. I've been playing 16 years. World of Warcraft. I'm using mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then isometric RPGs, Diablo, Path of Exile, Wolfenstein, all those games, mouse and keyboard. Diablo 2, mouse and keyboard. But I was playing console for so freaking long, and when Borderlands 3 dropped, I'm like, I'm getting that on PC. I've played all the Borderlands on PC. I'm playing it on PC. Because if you're going to gimmick something, it's going to be on PC. If I'm going to mod it, if I'm going to, bust out a trainer for giggles and shits, I'm going to do it on PC. I tried using mouse and keyboard right off the bat and just couldn't do it like I used to. Like, I don't know what it was.
You done lost the juice. You
Yeah.
lost the juice.
I hooked up an Xbox controller and I was good to go. So, but I will say this about, going back a couple of topics here. For Outriders, they're doing damn good. They hit peak users, blew out both Borderlands 3 and 2 at the same time. Like, for concurrent players, they beat out Destiny, Borderlands 3, Borderlands 2. Like, they were in the top 2 concurrent player games of all time for Steam.
It's pretty good for a new IP.
Yeah.
So I will argue that they were only able to do that because they're the only game on the market right now.
I mean, that's hard to argue.
It's the only game.
I mean, it really is hard to argue.
I mean, there's of course there's other games, but it's the only like
It's the only
AAA
new game.
It's the only new AAA game that's out there. There's nothing else. I still think like, man, if other games were coming out when they were supposed to, I don't think Outriders would have survived. I'm not saying Outriders is a bad game. I'm saying Outriders is a bad game. It's also not a great game. It's also not a great game.
See, I'm the opposite.
I'm
though.
still
Like,
playing it. I'm still playing it. I'm gonna play it for a very long time until I get bored of it, which might happen very quickly. But
yeah, see,
I'm still playing it.
I still look at the games like I can get an easy 4,000 hours out of this game. Like, that's the way I look at it. But
You know, it's like any game. It's tailored to a very specific crowd.
yeah,
And if you're
True.
part of that crowd, it's for you.
the funny part though is, obviously the fan base is there for the looter genre. Like, I personally thought that the looter genre was dying out. People are still waiting around for Diablo 4, and Path of Exile 2, but everybody was so disappointed with Borderlands 3. Like it hit its peak in the first 2 weeks and it was done. I thought honestly that the genre was dying out.
I feel like a lot of leaders are kind of like that. They peak very quickly and very fast. Division 1 and 2 is like that. I mean, I feel like the Division 2 had like the highest player count, at the time for players, and everyone played it for 2 or 3 weeks, and all of a sudden it fell off fast.
Well,
And
like
they started selling the game for $1.
there was a lot of issues with the Division 2 at the start, wasn't there?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
But
there was.
I mean, but always is with these games. Just like Outriders. I mean, technically, I feel like Outriders probably hasn't had as many issues as they could have had. Unlike Division.
Being as
Division
like
did have
99% of their
issues.
issues are server based.
Mhm.
They're not gameplay based, they're server based.
Right.
I mean, obviously it doesn't make for a great player experience when it's like, well, I just got kicked out. Where is it going to save my last progress? Obviously that could be a thing, but it doesn't have half the issues Anthem had.
Mm. Gotta bring Anthem back into it.
I mean, it was the holy grail of looters, and it bombed.
I enjoyed playing it. I liked playing it, just because you fly around in a suit, and
It was definitely a
It's the
nice.
ultimate Iron Man experience.
yeah, it was a cool experience. It was a cool experience. I thought it was a little bit different, a little bit new. I definitely saw its problems, and like any looter shooter with me, it's not gonna last long. Again, you progress very quickly. You get through all the content, and then now that's all that's left is to replay the content in hopes to get better gear.
And that's the part that I like. It's like I don't give a rat's ass about the story. Like, if the story's good, great. That's one thing I will touch on. The story. You haven't finished the story yet, have you?
I have.
You have finished the story?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see what I was talking about? How it leads into something that could be really good, and then
Really
it just
cool, and then they completely destroyed it.
Yeah.
they're like, no, we just had a faster ship.
I'm just
like,
like, really?
and it's like, and it's funny too, because like you're mentioning it, like I heard a lot of the side characters they mentioned that. So I don't know if I'm ruining it for you other two. But
It's-
I don't know,
I
it's funny.
think the game is. I mean, I've watched reviews on it myself, even though I don't really intend to get it. I think the game's meant to be a little comical in some ways, isn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like-
it's like really, really dark humor, but
It
still
is.
humor nonetheless.
It is. It's your character is a dick, like the whole game. But I mean, you got to also look at he's coming from a failed Earth. He watched Earth destroy itself, and he woke up, and they're doing the same shit.
Yeah.
So
He's just not happy. I mean, he's also like the true definition of a warrior. He's just like, I really don't care about your problems. I'm looking out for number one.
it's like,
Yep.
I have a mission. I'm trying to complete my mission. I really don't care who gets in my way, why.
Yeah.
So.
but all right, we'll move on to this next little bit of news, which I'm actually not okay with. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Netflix has entered a 5-year deal with Sony Pictures. They're going to be picking up. They actually haven't said what titles they're picking up, but obviously, they're going to pick up all the important ones. So far the rumors are the Uncharted movies, the Spider-Man franchise, Morbius, Venom.
And I think if they turn like God of War into a movie, I think the Sony gaming,
I hope they
they
don't.
turn those into movies. I mean,
I really hope they
I hope
don't. I really hope.
like
Go
they
ahead.
don't do God of War like as anything, or they just don't make it a movie. You want it to be a series because it's so much content.
No, just let it be the game. The story has
You
got.
know, Hollywood's not.
I
gonna
know.
You know they won't.
I know.
Hollywood's not
I
gonna
really
do
hope
that.
that they don't.
They are too greedy. They're too greedy.
I'm
I'm
not.
surprised they haven't made it already, especially with actors like Jason Momoa and who's the other one that plays
Like, I don't know if I would be happy if like the guy who played Teal'c isn't Kratos. You know. Like, because the voice is what makes the new Kratos.
oh yeah, his voice is. But they also get a different voice actor for every game. I never noticed that. They get it's a different voice actor for every game.
I'm really hoping they bring that guy back. Like,
Yeah, but I mean, he physically, if you've seen him physically, he can't. I mean, he's definitely a big, he's a big,
yeah.
burly black guy. But I mean, I don't think he physically could pull off Kratos. But I mean, he's a pretty big guy. He's definitely not out of shape. I'm not trying to say he's out of shape. He's in shape, but I don't know if he's ripped.
I mean, well,
Like that.
if anything's going to give you inspiration to get in shape, hey, you want to be Kratos on a live action TV show?
I mean, look at some of Marvel's superheroes. All of them got Paul Rudd, Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
They did it.
So I don't know. I'm kind of excited about this because honestly, like, now I know definitely we're getting a Venom 2 because that was on the
That's right,
list.
Venom 2.
Like,
I didn't like Venom.
what?
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 Sorry.
Whoa! Look! Me and Griff on the
Hey,
same like.
he said he didn't like The Last of Us. He said he
Damn.
didn't like The Last of Us. Then you gonna get on me about Venom 2, which followed no storyline. It didn't even. It's just like, hey, we're using the Venom character, but it has nothing to do with the the
What
Spider-Man.
Marvel
I mean,
movie has
I mean,
truly
it-
followed
I
anything?
mean, it kind of did, but I mean, it also didn't. I mean, like, hey, we have Eddie Brock, and we have a symbiote coming from outer space, but that's it. And then we're just gonna make it our own thing. And,
Yeah, the way the symbiotes appeared on Earth, that was a little off for me. But I mean, then again, I'm a Tom Hardy fanboy, and anything you put that guy in, he
oh,
just
Tom Hardy's top notch. Good to go,
Like,
bud.
like I fell in love with him
Mentioned,
back when
that
he.
version of Venom is far better than the one that they did so many years ago.
That one doesn't exist. That one does
We
not
know better than
exist.
that one.
We don't talk about that.
No, that one does
No,
not
sorry.
exist.
It doesn't
Topher
exist,
Grace.
but, I mean, yeah, it still unfortunately existed.
So, like, my opinion on the old Spider-Man movies with was it Tobey Maguire? The first two Spider-Man movies,
Mhm.
great movies. Worst Spider-Man.
Mm,
I didn't like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, but the movies
I think
were great.
he did a very. I wouldn't say.
See, I have the same feeling with the Dark Knight trilogy. best Batman movies ever made, worst Batman.
Worst Batman? You're gonna say worst Batman?
Okay, not the worst. Not the worst. Okay.
I was about
But
to say,
pretty
what-
low
what
on the
movie?
list. Pretty
I
low
still
on the
think
list.
he's
He's
still
like, he's like second to last. Is he? Is he second to last?
He's like second to
Christian
last.
Bale's still top two. There's no way. No way.
Like, give me Michael Keaton, I would have taken Adam
Okay.
West in his, 90-year-old over Christian Bale. All right?
Dang.
I'll give
That's
you
pretty
Michael
low.
Keaton. I'll give you Michael Keaton. Yeah.
We're not going to talk about Clooney, all right? Clooney's at the bottom. Clooney's at the bottom.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. Definitely
Kilmer,
at the bottom.
Val Kilmer, he's mid range for me, man. No, man, Christian Bale's still 2. I'll say he's number 2. Then who's number 1? You gonna say Ben Affleck's number 1?
I liked
I'm gonna
Affleck.
say-
I like
Affleck.
Batfleck. I like Batfleck.
Pretty good. I hope they do more with him. But
Batfleck.
Warner Brothers wants to fuck shit up.
They
And
do. I do.
Warner
And
Brothers wants to fuck shit up and not give people their vision. That's why none of the actors really want to return to Ben Affleck was done. He's like, I'm done playing.
Yeah.
Playing
Well,
Batman.
they
I'm done with
were-
it." They're like, okay, we're gonna redo the Snyder cut. He's like, and I'm all in again.
I mean, the biggest reason he was done was because he was supposed to have, in his contract, he was supposed to have, the ability to, write and direct his own Batman movie depending on the success of the Justice League movie.
Yeah.
And it bombed.
Because Warner Brothers wanted to destroy it.
Yeah. I mean, thanks, Whedon.
Whedon and Warner Brothers executives. They were just
Honestly, how does Whedon still have a job? But
and all this stuff is coming to light about him too, how the actors are just he was terrible to work with, and
yeah.
Gal Gadot's story.
I just saw a little
Yeah.
bit on that. I want to actually look more into that because, the clickbait article I saw, I'm just I don't want to dive into that right before I go to bed because I'm going to be thinking about that.
No, yeah. But what were we
Yeah.
talking about originally? Who knows?
Netflix. Yeah.
Netflix.
So,
Sony.
Yeah.
okay.
I'm surprised Netflix got it because
Yeah.
Stars is not a streaming service, but it is because you can have there's a Stars app and you can stream and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I mean, it's
And-
kind of on the border of it.
And Stars is Columbia Pictures, and Columbia Pictures is Sony. So I don't know what Sony was thinking by yo, Netflix will give you a shit ton of money to, stream our movies when they have Stars. And
It's because I think that Netflix has
the fan
a
base.
more, they have a more fan base. I mean, it's more widely known to have
Well,
Netflix.
don't
opposed to-
they-
to Star?
Excuse me. Don't they have a contract with Prime? Isn't there a Stars channel on Prime?
There is a
Yeah.
Stars channel on Prime, or you can
There is.
you can have the app. I have Stars through cable, and I just just use the Stars app.
So,
But you can also I can sign into the Stars app because I have it through my TV provider, or you can pay to have the Stars app. You can sign up for the Stars app and pay that way, or you can go through Amazon Prime and get the subscription
yeah.
to the channel. Do it
So,
that way. Which
yeah,
is the
that's.
same thing.
So, I mean, how do you guys feel about movies coming straight to digital, straight to streaming platforms? Because I love it, hate it.
I love it, hate it
kind of
too.
love it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I miss going to the
I-
theater, but
a
go ahead.
little bit.
I miss going to the
I mean,
theater, but I
yeah.
like having the access. I like not having to put pants on to go watch a new movie.
He's
Well, it
straight
also
boxer
kinda
in it,
feels
like, yeah.
something-
What were you
also
saying,
kinda
Sal?
feels like something that should have always existed with the internet being so prominent nowadays. I mean, when it comes to streaming services and everything, I mean, regular television is not even a thing anymore. Truly, I mean, I know very few people that watch regular television. It's all streaming services.
Yeah.
I think I shut off my cable services and I pay more now for multiple streaming services than I ever paid for cable.
So I mean, that's
Yeah.
the thing. That's the thing with streaming services. There's too many. There's so
There is.
many.
It's
They're gonna
overwhelming.
have to duke it out. They're gonna have to.
You know what's funny?
Fighting.
What I'm
Taking over
predicting
each
here
other.
is in a couple of years, there's going to be a company that comes out and they're going to be like, all right, well, we're going to have a contract with every streaming service and charge one subscription fee. And it'll be $75. And then it'll be like, isn't that what we paid for cable?
Right? Yeah, I thought about it. I thought about that too. I'm like, why doesn't one company just get a contract with all of them, and then you can just sign into this one, we'll just call it, we'll call it Heaven app, and you can sign into the one Heaven app, and then you can probably like pick and choose which ones you want, and like depending on how many you choose and what you bundle, like you can get like a percentage savings or whatever because you have all of them, or whatever, and then you can just use that, and then.
See, with me, I have the Android TV box. Don't even have to worry about it. I get HBO, Showtime, Cinemax, Stars, Encore, even the P-Boy channels. And
are those still a thing?
Yes. For some odd reason,
they have their own app,
still
man.
pay for that.
They probably have
They
their
still
own
pay
app.
for that when the internet has ultimate access.
I'm just wondering how that's still a thing when the magazine isn't even the magazine anymore.
I was thinking about that the other day. I was watching Superbad yesterday. I was watching Superbad, and they walk into a gas station, and they're looking at the magazines, and I was like, when was the last time I walked into a gas station? Well, when was the last time I actually walked into a gas station? But two, when was the last time I walked into a gas station and like saw the magazine rack? They're not there anymore. I don't know where they are. I don't know where to find them.
It's all mailed to the house now. It's all mailed to the house in that brown paper envelope.
It's so you have privacy, but everybody knows what you're getting.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The mailman's putting it in there and be like, "Yep, he's got edition 72. Yep, there we go."
Oh. But all right, so yeah, we'll get into this last topic here because we all have opinions on this, I'm sure. So we got companies just nonstop milking games. And the first example I have, once I actually looked up the sales numbers, kind of makes sense why they're doing it.
I mean,
as a consumer,
it's so easy.
Yeah.
So easy.
So
especially when you have that name.
Yeah. So GTA 5, they're not even in a hurry at all to make GTA 6 at all. Because
I don't think they're developing it. I don't think they're developing it at all.
You don't think they're working on it yet?
I don't think they're working on it.
Okay. GTA 5 on the PlayStation alone sold 20 million copies. On the PlayStation 4 alone sold 20 million copies.
And they're re-releasing it for the PlayStation 5.
Yeah. So, we got Bethesda. How many times have they re-released Skyrim?
Oh, that was another.
Oh my god, yeah.
More than enough.
So, but
Wait.
Tom or Tim or the head guy over Bethesda, somebody attacked him on Twitter one day, and they're all like, "Stop re-releasing Skyrim." And he came back with the best comeback I think I've ever heard. He's like, "Stop buying it."
Stop buying it.
I mean, the wallet speaks.
Yeah.
He's like, if you release it, they will come.
Yeah.
They will buy.
I mean, because I've at least bought it 3 times. Because I had it on.
I've never bought it. Never bought it.
Okay, like the first time I didn't buy it, but then, it's like I better give them some money for the hours I put in. So it's like, because I got it on a console, I got it on PC, and then I lost access to one of the PC versions. I had to buy another one, and then they gave me the free upgrade to the the HD edition. I was like, don't know. Okay, but so GTA 5, and they're not even making their money on physical sales. It is all online sales that they're making their money.
I mean, they're still making like on the version sales, because like I wanted to buy GTA 5 for a long time. Like I rented it when it came out on the PS3. I didn't want to buy it because I knew it was coming, because the PS4 was coming out. And I think that's why they rushed to put the game out when they did, because the game wasn't finished. A lot of the aspects about the game was not finished when they released it on the PS3. Because I think it was like, Sony was like, oh, by the way, PS4 is coming out into this year. And all of a sudden the next year, it was like, Rockstar was like, hey, Grand Theft Auto 5's coming out. It's coming out next week. We got to get it out there before the next gen consoles come out, because we had no idea the consoles were coming.
Yeah, because I mean, what other game has spanned 3 consoles?
3 fucking consoles.
Jeez.
And they're keep playing GTA 5
not 3 consoles, 3 console generations.
Well, when they made that game in the first place, they expected it to last a long time, but I don't think anybody quite expected it to last this long.
Because let's see, PS3, that was what, 12 years ago?
Hold on, what am I looking for? What is the
Something
price
like
of the
that.
game right now? I remember I was trying to buy it.
Last time I looked, it
How
was
much to
still
buy
like
it.
$40.
Like it was like
for
like
digital.
2 years ago. Like 2 years ago, it was still full price. It was
Yeah.
still $60 for that fucking game. I'm like, this is an 8-year game, 8-year-old game, and it's still $60.
Yeah, but that's a
they
premium
know.
game, man.
Yeah, man.
They just know people gonna pay it. It wasn't
So,
me. I mean,
yeah.
I got the Mega Shark edition for like $30. $30. There was like a huge deep sale, and I was like, I'm gonna get it while I can.
That's one of the games I was actually a big sucker for because, like, I didn't buy Skyrim multiple times, but I did buy that damn game multiple times.
They're making. I think the biggest reason why they're not pushing for 6 is, or in a hurry to get 6 out, is people are still buying the digital currency for it.
Yeah, people are buying the digital currency. And so I can't hate them for it because I mean they're still supporting the online. They put a lot of effort in the online. I was kind of mad at the online because it didn't come out. Yeah, I was mad at the online because they didn't release it with the game. They waited several months, but again, like I said, I think they rushed to release GTA 5 just to get it out before the new consoles drop.
And that's a benefit and the curse of the digital age is they can be like, here's the core game. We'll give you the online stuff when we finish it.
Yeah, and like they did the same thing with Red Dead 2. But I mean, that was mostly their fault. They're like, here's Red Dead Online, but it's the beta, so it's okay to be broken.
Yeah, that's how they get you.
Which it was. It was
But
hella
I
broken.
bet you people played the shit out of that game still.
Oh yeah.
I tried to. It kept crashing for me a lot. I mean,
Yeah, I tried to play it with my buddies at the time, and we couldn't connect, so we actually gave up on the game. So they lost us.
yeah,
No.
that's what happened with me.
Like I still have a few friends that play exclusively that game. That's the game they go to when they're bored. Like when we have nothing else to do, we're gonna go back and play Red Dead Redemption. I have yet to play it.
I think the single player is
Such
the
a
best
great
part of
game.
that game.
Oh, dude, they should have just left it at the single player, man.
Like,
Single player was
No,
Beautiful
single player,
game.
no online.
Oh yeah.
yeah. A lot of people are getting
Truly
mad
live in
now.
that game.
Yeah, people were putting out. I saw a petition like last week. People were like, they're bringing the petitions back for them to release the DLC, or to release DLC for Red Dead 2, which they.
Oh, like
they should've.
single player DLC? Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
I remember there was a strong rumor going around that they were going to re-release, Red Dead 1 as DLC, which is why the whole reason they added that whole part of the map. And then like some dude found a glitch where he was walking around as adult Jack. His character wasn't adult Jack, but the voice was. I'm like, why would adult Jack's voice be in the core software of the game? So, because adult Jack's not in Red Dead 2, he's only in Red Dead 1. So why would he be there?
Hmm.
And so like they must be working on a remake of Red Dead 1 and then bring it over as DLC. But
see, I didn't
that
play
was
the
also
first one either. But
5 years ago.
like if they remaster it and bring it up, I'll give it a go. But
I'm thinking about buying it on PC. I played it a bunch on console, but
Right.
I'm gonna buy it on PC now that I got the PC up and running. I was like, I need to see Red Dead in all of its glory.
is the modding community, have they got their hands on it?
On Red Dead, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've seen many videos of them
Yeah.
just doing whatever the hell they want.
Because I know, like, if I grab like Red Dead 1, I could just mod the crap out of it and bring it up to modern standards.
Yeah.
So,
I've never thought about that.
I mean, hell, that's what I did with Oblivion.
Okay.
So that's what I do with Skyrim whenever I hop into that game. So
But I don't think they're not doing their Red Dead DLC, or they might have it or just haven't been working on it just because they're too busy supporting Grand Theft Auto Online and GTA 5 and just like, I mean, the sales for that game were just astronomical. Like
Yeah.
you said, 20 million on PlayStation 4 alone.
I mean, that's just
I don't know.
So-
I think they're working on the game, but I don't think they're in a rush to get GTA 6 out anytime soon because, like I said, they got a cash cow and they got to milk it.
yeah. I mean, why would you? The downside to a lot of these online games is if you release a sequel, you've just released your own competitor.
Mm.
And if the sequel doesn't hold up to the standards of the first,
True.
then you lose like 20% of that player base or 20% of that wallet.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, I also think they're not working on GTA 6, just like the same thing that happened with Cyberpunk. They announced it for 13 years before the game came out, so everyone thought they were like working on it for 13 years when it turned out they were only working on it for like 4 years.
Well, you know, Rockstar doesn't make that mistake too often, though.
True, Rockstar. I mean, Rockstar, like, you know,
They
especially
usually
after Red
keep
Dead.
everything on the hush for a long time before they allow the word to get out, unless of course somebody leaks it. But even then, when people leak it, it's still really hard to confirm if it was actually true.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And they're leaking. They're like, oh yeah, they're working on GTA 6 and whatever. So they must be, you know, here's like a little bit of test footage that we found and stuff. I'm just like, I mean, I'm not buying it. Maybe they're not working on it. Maybe they're just, you know, maybe like a couple of them were working on it, but they're not really trying to dive deep into it because they know they have GTA 5 and GTA 5 is doing the damn thing.
That is.
I'm sure they at least got a framework or something going.
Well, I mean, of course they can, you know, just take, you know, what they have for GTA 5 and just, you know, carry it over, kind of like how all the Call of Duty games do. They just, you know, use the same engine.
Yeah.
Over and 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 over.
Dak over on Facebook is giving me the most creative burn I think I've ever had.
Can you do his laugh?
So, Solibs, I know you're not there, but he says, Griff looks like Wish Seth Rogen. Wow.
Oh man.
I thought we were cool, man. I thought we were cool.
Nice.
Oh, all right. Let's Wish Seth Rogen.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Wow.
That man.
Good.
It's
funny.
something just randomly sat there and just wanted me. I was like, I should open that up. And as soon as I open up the first comment that I see, I'm just like, oh man. Oh man.
I mean,
that
that was creative burn. All right, that was a creative burn. I'll take it. Like, I can't even like own it or clap back on that one. It's just like, he's almost right, but oh man, like,
oh man. That was a good one.
what's that? Hey, Vala.
Well, as it stands right now, it is Outriders is loaded up, and I'm at my create a character area.
I am 54%. 54% for Xbox. I'll tell you if it's cross save or not. Because I did hear rumors that some people they said they did the demo on PlayStation and they loaded up on Xbox and still had the characters.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
I'm thinking because with Anthem, they did it with Anthem and they did it with Destiny. Your character wasn't saved in your save file. Your save file was just like for your preferences, configurations, and controls. Your character was saved online, and you do that with they
didn't do it with Anthem.
Call of Duty's doing that. Sometimes I play Call of Duty. I play Warzone on console, or I play it on PC, and you just sign into your account, and you not only have all your stats in your character, but you also have your loadouts too. They have.
Oh yeah.
There's no.
Oh
way.
yeah. Because
I mean,
I play
way.
Warzone on the PC, but if I want to play like multiplayer, I'll load up on the console. All my loadouts, everything's still there. Just rock it out. And I was actually just thinking just the other day, I was just like, yo, I've been really like dying for some multi because it's been a hot minute because I've been always either rocking out either Fortnite, and then sometimes I'll play Apex offline, and then COD.
But all right, let's wrap this up here. I got a whole house full of people all of a sudden. So
entertaining? Are you firing up the grill?
not yet.
Oh, I already did.
I gotta get a new
Oh
one.
yeah, we know you did. Is it Griff's turn?
I need to get a new one.
Oh, I already did, man. And that bad boy was busting. Oh, yo. If you know what? I can't speak because right now, because Griff is the king of the brats. Because I remember that one time I went over to his house and he made some brats for the first time, and I was like an orgasmic heaven when I ate that brat, and I was like, oh my lord! Hi. If you do get the hot brats, throw them bad boys on there, you can't go wrong.
So if you already know where Griff lives, you need to shoot me that address so I can go there and fight him for what he said about The Last of Us.
All right. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching. We will catch you guys next Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time.